everybody, this is David, back with another Your Southern Fix video. I'm gonna take this evinrude on my back of my boat motor. It's oil injected, and I'm gonna show you all how to eliminate the oil injection on these boat motors. Because, you know, you get out there and that oil injection quits, time that buzzer goes off, that motor's fried pretty much. So let's go on and get with it. And I'll show you how to disconnect it, bypass it, and you won't have to remove anything really. Just then you got to mix your own gas in your gas tank. And then once you start mixing your own gas and everything, you know you're getting all the oil you need. I'm going to try to hold this camera instead of having it on a tripod today, just to maybe y'all can get some close-ups and some better views of what's going on. You know, I don't need to be in the video, just what I want to show you, so hopefully this helps you out. All right, let's get started. All right, like I said, it's an oil injection evinrude 115, and we'll start by getting the hood up on it. There we go. Now guys, all we do is we take this rubber right here. You got this breather's got to come off on the front. Take these rubber boots loose. We'll come on around here. And we've got two of the same on this side. Just pop them loose. Now I'll get it. So just pull this out. And it's gone. Just lay this up on the boat. And guys, this is what I'm talking about. That is the bureau pump right there. That's what pumps oil up into your gas reservoir and supposed to mix it itself, but it's never right. It's either going to mix too much or it's going to mix not enough, and that's bad for your engine. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how. Here you got an oil line over here coming from the oil box on the boat. We're going to cut that in two in the middle. Then we got one goes from the bottom of the bureau system down there, and goes up to the fuel system. We're going to cut that in half, and we're going to put bolts in both ends of both hoses. Put clamps on them so they don't get no contamination in them. Water, bugs, dirt daubers, you know, all the little pesky things out around. So let's go ahead and get started. Like I said, I'm going to try to do this kind of one-handed basically. Might have set the camera down a couple times, but I'll get just as long as y'all get to see what we need to do here. We got a couple of connections we need to unhook, because these have alarm buzzers. If you're not getting any oil, it's going to go crazy and aggravate you. Like, what's wrong with my motor, you know? And so we got to unplug all that stuff too. And it's not hard, just one plug. Got one plug to this that actually it's right here, right at the bottom of it. That makes the bureau system pump oil, and it's oily all outside. It shouldn't be, you know, I shouldn't have all this oil on the outside of my motor. It should be inside of it. So that tells you right there it's over oiling or it's doing something wrong. So let's see what we can do here. First, you want to get something that's going to cut that fuel line, or the oil line rather. We can go ahead and get started with this side. I've got a pair of metal cutters right here, and what we'll do, we'll take and cut that line in two, just like it ain't nothing. See all that oil coming out of there? Got a little bit of gas mixed in it, but this looks like more oil than anything, and that's what's running in the motor. Okay, about got it there. You can see I'm trying to run this camera one-handed a little bit here. Okay, there we go. I'm going to show you guys what I'm going to do here. Before I got started, went out and I got me some clamps. Put one on the bottom down here. I'm going to turn around and I'm going to stick me a bolt down in this. Like I said, this ain't for leakage. This is to keep the contamination out, bugs out, dirt out, and all of that mess. Okay. I'm going to set the camera down here a minute. And then I'll show you what that looks like after I clamp it all down and everything. So, I'll get right back to you. Let me get in here and clamp this down and show you what it looks like after the fact. It ain't got to be tight because it's not going to be pumping anymore, so there's not going to be any pressure on it. Just keep the bugs, dirt, dust, all that good stuff out of there. Just any kind of bolt. Just find something that fits down inside the hose, and 2 different size hoses. So just find whatever you got laying around it. You're gonna plug it off, and you ain't gonna worry about it no more. Okay, that's one side. Show you guys what it looks like. That's what it'll going to look like when you're finished. Just leave them laying up in there. And this is This basically is for if I sell my boat, or I decide, hey, I'm gonna try this system out again, you know, and no dirt got in it, no bugs got in it, everything's good, clean, and all that good stuff. So what we're gonna do here, we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna get us another bolt here. Take this end here. This is your main important end. You don't want this to get no air to it. You don't want them to put my clamp on. Sitting there getting ahead of myself. I'm gonna put a clamp up on it. You don't want no air getting in this side of it, because this is your fuel system here. So okay, got it done the same way as I did the other one. Let me go ahead and tighten this one up, and we'll show you after I get done with it. And this side will be done. You're going to clamp this one off pretty tight. Make it nice and snug. You don't want no air getting in your fuel system, making your boat sputter and spit and all that. But I guarantee it's not going to get too much oil no more. Mix it 50-to-1 in your gas tank, and you're in good shape. Might ought to put your little piece of white duct tape, something that's going to stick pretty decent right by your gas lid till you get used to it, and get you a permanent marker and write mixed gas only on it. All right, people. See how I got these plugged off? You just leave them laying under there. You're good to go there. Okay. Now we're going to do basically the same thing on the other side. This line in the bottom right here, that line right here that comes up, this one goes all the way down around, comes out through here, comes down, and it goes into the oil box under the back lid. So we basically got to do the same thing with it. Is we got to cut it and put bolts in it. And then, and like I said again, that's just for not getting contamination and stuff like that into your system. In case someone, not even, it ain't gotta be you, but in case someone wants to use it again. So, all right, let's look down in here good. We're gonna cut this one. we'll cut this one about right there in the middle. We'll look at the oil drain. Like I said, these things never work right. They either give too much oil or they don't give enough. So hopefully I'll do the same thing we did with the other side. I'm hoping maybe you can see right there, but that's one end of it. We're gonna do the same thing. We're gonna forget the clamp again. Yeah. And you're gonna put a bolt in this end. This end right here, don't matter. Just barely get the bolt in there a little bit. Whole lot, whatever you got. Just to keep the contamination out of it. This one goes to the boat on the oil box. Go ahead and torque it down just so it ain't dripping oil all over the inside of your cow hood under here and everything. And yeah, keep as clean as we can. Hope you can see me good here. See, that's all it is right there. Tighten it up. Snug. Yeah, I'm comfortable with that. Take this hose. Lay it right back down in there. Then folks, we're going to take and do that other hose right here the exact same way. And then I'll show you how to disconnect all the pump from pumping and the alarm from sounding and going off and driving me crazy out there on the water. Alright, let's get with it. Okay, I got my other clamp, my other bolt. This time I remembered to put the clamp on. Tighten my clamp up. I'll show you this as soon as I can get a close-up of this, as soon as I can get this clamp tightened down here. Almost there, guys. Alright. Now let me give you a little bird's eye view of what we got here. So we went over here first. We clamped these two, cut that line to go into the fuel system out of the bottom of the pump. Clamp it off, cut it in half, just clamp both sides off. Keep contamination out. This side here is real important because you don't want air and stuff to get into that fuel system. So this one right here don't really matter. It's just the oil from the tank. Okay. Now if you'll look right here, this big plug right here by this pump system. See this real big plug right here. You look down here, same color wires in the bottom. Down there, I hope you can see that. Same color wires going into the pump system. You're going to bring this clip off of here. Like that. Okay. Just pull on it. Ain't no other latches. Pull on it. Unplug it. No electric gonna hurt nothing or bother anything. This is to the pump. This was from the motor, key switch and stuff. You just lay it down in the bottom of that boat motor and don't worry about it. Some people tape them off, tape the ends of them off, whatever, but they ain't got no power to them, won't worry about it. Okay, so that's Vero system there is completely disabled from putting any oil into that engine. This is your gas line. You pull this out. You have a filter in there. You can take it out, put a new filter in it. And this is just strictly only gas line from the gas tank. Down here you got the primer ball like all boats normally. And you just pump, take this fuel line off. Now you want, when you want to mix 50 to 50, 50 to 1 fuel, you take and pull this fuel line off. Make sure you're 50 to 1 in your gas tank now. Not straight gas, because right now this is still straight gas. So what you want to do is you can take this line, clamp off, pull this line off, stick it in like a 20-ounce Coke bottle, something like that you can see, and then pump the ball until you don't see fresh gas anymore. You start seeing a blue mix. Once you start seeing that blue mix, you hook this back up. She's ready to run. Okay, now we're going to show you where the alarm system is and how to disconnect that. So let's go over here, and you get in here. This is your thermostat. Because if your motor's not pumping water, not water pump bad or something, you ain't getting enough water. So that's your buzzer for that. This right here says right there, do not connect wires to battery internal tank. This tells you right there, internal tank damage. So that tells me right there that this wire right here is to that internal tank, and if it detects if this detects that there's not getting any oil from that tank, it will sound an alarm on the boat, and it will not quit. So you got a plug right here, brown and a black wire. You take that plug, push that little tab, pull it, unplug it, tuck it in. Just tuck it in down here in the boat bottom of the thing right there. Don't worry about it. It's not going to hurt nothing. It's not going to get hot. It's not going to short out, catch the boat on fire, none of that. Just tuck it down in there good and neat like that. And now your Vero system is completely eliminated, but you definitely do not want to forget to make sure there's no straight gas in that gas tank. It needs to be 50 to 1, and this boat will run a lot more years to come without smoking like a freight train, because it's getting too much oil. The systems were built to make where more gas you give them going down the river, the more oil the tank gives the carburetors. And I mean, you can look, you can see oil inside of everything. I mean, inside here, I mean, that's guys, that's way too much oil. So this thing, everything's just oil sticky, because this, you know. So it's either, to me, it's oil is over oiling. So it won't no more, right? So I hope y'all got everything figured out, and this helped you out, because these pumps goes out time that alarm, like I said, time that alarm goes off, this motor's pretty much shot. So eliminate that, go old school, make sure, like I said, nothing better than old school. Go back, mix your gas in your tank like you always used to back in the day. 50 to 1 mix ratio on almost all boat motors. I ain't never seen one that wasn't. And outboards anyway. And that takes care of your alarm system won't go off, and your Vero pump will not over oil your motor. This here is your fuel pump. This here is a holding tank for your gas. That's for the Vero system. You can still continue to use this setup. And this gas here runs basically like to a car fuel rail. This runs this side, this runs this side, and then this goes down like a fuel rail and feeds this carburetor there, then feeds this carburetor down here. And but now this thing's ready to run. So I hope this video helps out a lot of people. I hope you like and subscribe to my videos. And I just, like I said, I'll be making plenty more. I've been trying to get a few things done around here, and I'll try to get you some more videos out pretty soon. And like I said, I hope this helps you. And like I said, like and subscribe to my channels. Really help me out. And love y'all. We're out of here.